Welcome back everyone. Suhasini Bhatt here. Today I will discuss about hardened virtual server images. Before starting, first we will see the definition. What is hardening? The process and action of configuring the appropriate and adequate security settings on the software before using it. This process is nothing but hardening. Whenever we will buy any software or system from factory, it will come up with minimal software settings with respect to security. So if we perform hardening on top of that software, we will get the secure software baselines. As we can see in the diagram, we have software with factory settings and we will perform some hardening process on top of that. So we will come up with the secure software baseline. For better understanding, I'll come up with one more definition, that is hardening is the process of removing unnecessary software from a system to limit potential vulnerabilities that can be exploited by attackers. This diagram I will explain later. So what is this definition says? Before using any type of the system, any type of the software, if we perform the hardening process, it will lead to secure one. So it is the process of removing unnecessary software from a system to limit potential vulnerabilities that can be exploited by attackers. For example, removing redundant programs, disabling unused services, etc. So, what the hardening will do now, that whenever we will get or whenever we will buy some software or some systems, we will perform the hardening process. That means we will do the configurations with respect to the software, especially with respect to the security settings, in order to make that software more secured one. So this is about hardening. Next we will see what is hardened virtual server image template. First we will read the definition. Hardened virtual server image template is created to ensure that the appropriate security configuration is done, and then any virtual machine created from the hardened image is fundamentally secure. So we will see the diagram how exactly it works. See here, first we have some security policies. Any cloud provider, he will apply this security policies. Okay, I mean to say some set of the hardening process is done on the virtual server image. So what are the different type of the security policies? For example, disable unused or unnecessary services or uninstall some redundant software. So these are the different type of the security policies. These are the different type of the hardening process action. It is performed on the virtual server image, so which lead to hardened virtual server image. So what is this hardened virtual server image is all about? In such a way that it is very much secure to use, or a secured baseline, because the the process or a hardening action is performed on top of that. What is hardening? It can be the configurations with respect to the settings. So it can be removing some set of the redundant software also. It can be disabling some set of the unused or unnecessary services also. So with the help of this, we have come up with hardened virtual server image. and the one copy of the hardened virtual server image that will be saved in virtual machine image repository. So this entire process we can say resource management system. Okay, so this one I will explain with the help of one more diagram, so it will be more clear. So when we have the hardened virtual server images, in future if you want to come up with, if you want to install any virtual machine, directly we can use the virtual server image. What type of the virtual server image? Hardened virtual server image, and we can come up with different virtual machines. And if you use the hardened virtual server image, and whichever the installation of the virtual machines you will do, that everything will be secured. So on top of this virtual machine, again no need to perform the hardening process, because you are using hardened virtual server image already. So this is about hardening and hardened virtual server image. What is hardening? Hardening, it can be any type of the configurations will be done, some set of the software settings will be done with respect to security in order to make the software or system more secure. So that process is nothing but the hardening process. So when that hardening process or hardening action is performed on the virtual server image, we will get the hardened virtual server image. So in future, whenever you want to install the virtual machine, if you use the hardened virtual server image, then that virtual machines also will be secured, and no need to do the configurations or no need to do the hardening process or action on top of that virtual machine again, because you have already used the hardened virtual server image in order to come up with different types of virtual machines. So this is all about hardening process and hardened virtual server images are all about. Thank you.